wanna. Oh, no. Oh, 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 oh. Step into the ring, it's the champion's corner time. Oh, oh, WWE and AEW break it down. We shine from the top rope to the mat. All the action, all the heat. Champions Corner podcast where the real fans meet. Champions Corner podcast where the real fans meet.
All right, everybody, we in here. How y'all doing? Welcome to the Champions Corner. I'm your host, Ron G. And my brother's here. Look, it's the professor. He got some opinions going on about we're talking about Raw, NXT, and AEW. We put it all in here. Paul, I put it all in one. We got to talk about it all. Sometimes they bleed into each other, so that's how we do. But we're glad you here because this is where the real fans meet. I know you're a real fan of wrestling, so that's what we're here to talk about. So, but I also want to remind you, go on that Champions Corner, myspreadshop.com, get that merch November 1st. It's coming for you. We got a lot, everything like I said, just check it out. It's something for everybody. Something for everybody also is what happened on this last Monday, on Monday Night Raw. We had a crazy brawl between Bronson Reed and Seth Rollins. I mean, they were from the back to the ring, all the way around. Seth attacked this man while he bringing his bags, and he said, "As soon as I see it's on site." He brought it to him. He said they got separated, but then he said, "Meet me in the ring." They did the whole walkthrough, followed Seth all the way to the ring with the fire. They did his whole entrance and everything. Had the fire going, and he didn't care nothing about that. He was just ready to fight. So that's what I like. Get this show started right. Let's do this. But Professor, what you thought about it? About Seth and Bronson Reed?
I love it. I mean, big fan of them going back and forth. It makes a lot of sense. Seth Rollins attacking Bronson Reed to start the show because Bronson Reed put him out in general to begin with to make a name for himself. I just can't say this enough. Can't help but blame Adam Pearce for this whole situation in the first place because he gaslit Bronson Reed into doing this. But I can go on that all day. I am looking forward to this match. I would imagine that this match gets built up for Crown Jewel coming up. So to ask the question, who you got winning this match, Bronson Reed or Seth Rollins?
Well, it's already made official because Adam Pearce got really upset. He said he tired of it. He said enough. So he made the match official, and Seth did his little laugh with that. But as far as who I got winning, I'm really gonna say it's not a popular opinion, but a no contest. Because
That's what you say that.
That's what I got. Because Seth was saying he understands Bronson's mindset. Because he had that mindset coming up, with the Shield and going off on his own. Like I'm gunning for the top dog. I'm waiting for that spot. So I got to make a name for myself by taking out these top people. And we're saying that Bronson, he's not gonna do that with me because I understand. Like I said, I know that mindset, and I'm not gonna let that happen to me with this. He took me out one time, but I'm back. I'm Seth freaking Rollins. I'm proving. This is how I keep sharp around here. I face the biggest, I face the baddest, face beasts, face kings, I face everybody. So that's how I stay on top. But I just, also on the other hand, I can't see they ending Bronson's momentum. Like I think I said this before, where if Bronson lose, I feel like he gonna be back to the same spot he was in before he attacked Seth. And really Seth can take a loss, but I just don't see it ending right here at Crown Jewel. I think it's going to continue into Survivor Series and see who really survives in this war. You know what I'm saying? And make it a big rivalry. So I'm gonna say there's no contest. Like, I want Bronson to win because just like I said, I just want him to see him come up, and I think Seth could take a loss because I feel like he's bulletproof right now, or he's been bulletproof for a while. But I want Bronson to win, but I feel like it's gonna be a no contest. How about you, man?
Kind of the same boat, actually. I kind of came up with the same conclusion. I was talking to someone earlier about it being a no DQ or a no contest of some sort where it has to build up to this bigger, grander match, something that has little to no rules in it.
Mm-hmm.
So I do feel the same way. If I had to pick a definitive winner, I like your pick in Bronson Reed for the sake of keeping his momentum going. So yeah. Also, if I had to pick a winner, it would have been Bronson Reed for that same reason. The guy needs momentum. Seth can take a loss, although I don't know too many people who come back on their first match and lose, especially after an injury. Hence why I do want to lean towards the idea of it being a no contest. I don't
Yeah.
know. I feel like there's only so much whatever this feud builds into, I think eventually it does have to end sooner than later. Because you got to build up to Seth Rollins, CM Punk eventually. That'll be the next thing. But I don't want to jump too far into the future
Mm-hmm.
because I was a lot of talk. Anyway, so yeah, um, I am looking forward to seeing what they do with Bronson Reed in general. Like, I'm curious to see what his ceiling is going to be. I don't want him to just be the monster on Raw. I would love to see him be the top mid card heel, if not eventually a top heel on Raw. Because not for nothing, this past Monday, it wasn't a lot happening. A lot of stories concluded, so there was no Punk, Drew. There was no real Judgment Day storyline. Too tough. Well, it's a little bit, but nothing too much there. They still got to figure out who they're going to defend the tag titles to. So
Yeah.
right now, I think Raw is in more of a building story phase because
Mm-hmm.
it wasn't a lot that happened this past week. So I just want to see what they do with Bronson Reed. See what they pick him up for later.
Yeah, you're right. And still building stories and building future stars. And I feel like Bronson Reed is one of those stars that they're building for the future. That's why I feel like he should. I would like him if he did win this match or the rivalry period. I would like that. But it is Seth freaking Rollins. I mean, I say he got a great track record and facing big guys and facing whoever.
Yeah.
So it's hard to go against him also. But he wasn't the only guy I saw that could be for the future. If we're gonna keep on that subject, we had a moment. I'm gonna go to a moment where it was in the Intercontinental title match between Bron Breakker and Jey Uso, where Jacob Fatu and Bron Breakker was coming face to face,
Mm.
and that crowd was, they're bubbling with just seeing them two face to face. Because I mean, how often you gonna see that with both one on Raw, one on SmackDown, and they really wasn't, around each other like that. They're not. The stories aren't, intertwined until this. And
Yeah.
so, as soon as I saw that, I was like, future world title match right there.
Oh,
Automatic.
future world title match.
Yeah,
Wow. World title match. I mean, eventually, yeah, I can see that with Braun Breaker, especially. Yeah.
yeah. And Jacob, that man could, like I said, he could do everything. And like I said, that's three future stars right there on Raw that they showed on Monday. Bronson Reed, Bron Breakker, and Jacob Fatu. It might have been more. That's just the biggest ones that come to mind. But like I said, that moment right there, like I said, Jacob could do anything. He can do anything in the ring. He's great on the mic, but he just hasn't got as much mic time as he should. But they're building him up because he's an enforcer for Solo. And Braun Breaker, like you said before, he's like a Saiyan. I say he's like an artificial intelligence wrestler. Like he
Yeah, right?
lose and he come back because he did that in NXT when he was going for the NXT title. This is when NXT 2.0 just started. He going for NXT title against Tommaso Ciampa. He lost the first one, but when he came
Yeah.
back, he got that
Came back
title.
stronger. Right?
Yeah,
That's
and
what he does.
he had it for a good while until Dolph Ziggler came around. He lost it then, but as soon as he got it back on the Raw after WrestleMania, I believe I was there. Yeah, I think I was there. It's one of the ones I was there. He got it back at the Raw after WrestleMania, and he held it for like a year until Carmelo got it. And so he came to the main roster, did the same thing, lost the same thing, beat him the second time.
Lost to Jey Uso.
Yeah, lost to
Oh,
Jey
yeah, yeah,
Uso. Came back and now he's a two-time Intercontinental Champion. Even though with that, I kind of was down. That was the second thing that made me down on Monday. I'm gonna mention the first one, which was Samantha left the company. So that
Oh,
was,
yeah.
but I'm gonna get to that in a second. Let's talk about the Intercontinental title match. It was a good match, but like I said, the big point of the match was Solo and Jacob and the rest of Bloodline 2.0 coming out to distract Jey Uso. I was like,
So, does it feel a little forced with the bloodline coming out to cost Jey Uso? Does it feel natural? Like, how do you feel about Jey Uso losing the title less than 30 days of winning it?
I do not like it at all. I mean, I'm not saying I don't like Bron Breakker. He's a great champion. A great, I feel like he's better.
Yeah,
He's gonna be better than his father and his uncle. I feel like, in my eyes, I feel like
maybe.
he's on a
His father,
trajectory
yeah.
to be that.
Scotty? I don't
Not right
know.
now.
Okay.
No, not right now. He got to get some
Yeah.
time under his belt. But I feel like he's on that trajectory, and so he deserved the title. But the way Uso was carrying it just for those 28 days was awesome. Like I said, we experienced him live, his entrance, his vibe live, and so I feel like he
Right?
deserves that. So I didn't like it like that, but I understand we all knew where this was going. Most people call this, but I just to see it happen, it's just like okay,
Yeah. I know. It is kind of disappointing in a sense. But
yeah,
I don't know. I liked the match, as you said. It was a good match. The bloodline interference felt pretty much on pace of what they needed to do to get Jey involved. I am kind of curious to see how this will follow up on SmackDown because, Jey lost the title because of these clowns. And now you got to think, okay, now you got my attention, and I told you the next time I see you, it's going to be different. About to see how different it's about to be. As far as Braun Breaker goes, Braun Breaker does have a bright future. I will say that I see a world championship in his future more than I had saw in probably a Scott Steiner, definitely a Rick Steiner. So I can see where you're saying that he'll have a better career than now because he does have an intensity about him, a
Mhm.
strong of his character. I do like Braun Breaker. No, the sky really is the limit. Honestly, it's like you talk about a top star. Really, I think he could be a top star too. You really can be up that top guy come the time was time.
Right. And like I said, he's a two-time NXT champion. He was the last NXT UK champion, I believe. And now he's a two-time Intercontinental champion already. So it's like,
Oh yeah, the unification. That's right.
yeah, the
Yeah.
unification, yeah. So he on his way, yeah. And as far as Jay, like I said, we see where the story is going, but I hope he doesn't. I hope this isn't the thing that makes him join Roman. I feel like they need a little more
Oh
story, a
yeah.
little more conversation between Roman and Jay and Jimmy for him to just join back up with them. Don't just join back up just because they cost you the Bloodline 2.0 cost you this title. I
Oh
need I
yeah.
need I need more from that.
No, I don't think that's going to be the thing. Like I said, they still got like what 6 weeks before Survivor Series. So I don't think this would be the thing. I think this would be the thing to get Jay attention to want to at least try to get back at Solo. But he's still gonna feel like the odd man out because now he feels like, listen, I don't want to be part of Roman, and right now you pissing me off a little too much too. It's gonna have to be something. Again, I think it's still gonna have to be Sami Zayn that gets them to make amends to become that team. But no, I
Hmm.
don't think Jay's gonna join just because he lost the title. I think he's gonna just be like, I want my belt back, so I'm gonna go after Braun. But you guys got to pay for what you did to me.
Yeah.
Maybe.
So he might be doing double duty on a weekly basis, Raw and SmackDown. And everybody, like I said, everybody want to have that moment, like for his entrance and just like I said, the vibe of Jey Uso. So they might have them doing a lot of work right now for these next few weeks. So, but
Definitely.
like that, I'm looking forward to it all. Like I said, but like I said, the moment is gonna be great when he does get back with Roman. But I just don't want it to happen so quick. You know what I'm saying?
No, I get you. I get you. It's gonna take a moment. It's gonna take a little moment.
Yeah,
But
yeah. But going back to the other thing we were just talking about, that made my Monday kind of down. Samantha Urban done left. A lot of people say she's not going to. They say she's not going to AEW, but they say she's moving on from WWE. And a lot of people, when they say it backstage, it was kind of sudden for a lot of people. But I want to ask you, like, how did you feel about Samantha Urban and how her work was while she was here? Because I'm saying my first. I'm just she made a lot of entrances just way better. Like she customized to her interest for certain people, her intro or how she introduced people. She did customize like Chelsea Green, the way she did Roman Reigns, Cody Rhodes, anybody. She made it that much better for the introduction and for their victories. Made it emotional, especially for when Cody won the title at WrestleMania 40. Everybody seen that video, how emotional she got and how great she made it sound. And so like I said, she's a great singer. So I think that's what helps it. But she made a lot of moments great, and like her interaction with the wrestlers, how she could like give that to CM Punk, and like I said, everybody loved her, man. So that's why I'm just sad to see her go. We all love Lillian Garcia, and like I said, she's been a staple for WWE for a long time, and now she's back after 18 years full time. So I was like, wow, okay. But I think I'm gonna really miss Samantha. How you feel about it?
Well, I just want to say real quick, she left because she resigned from her position because she wanted to pursue other ventures, and WWE time, having to be on the road and all that didn't allow for that to happen. Plus, she even stated that, she missed being with her family at times. Like she has a young child. She wants to be in a kid's life, which I totally understand. So, likelihood that she may not sign with AEW. Ricochet may have a strong point in that tweet because her leaving was to branch out into other ventures. So I do wish her the best of luck. She has a lot of talent. She was a contestant on either I would say American
America's Got
not that
Talent.
one, American Idol. American Idol. I think that was one, American Idol.
Oh, okay.
Either way, she did do that. So Samantha's gonna be missed. Don't get me wrong. I like Samantha. I thought she was really good too. She had a real unique way of standing out and making moments kind of unique in their own sense. Everyone loves a good announcer that can do that, whether it's Howard Finkel, Tony Chimble, or even Lily Garcia. She definitely ranks up there, Michael Buffer, as one of the better ring announcers. Someone you look forward to seeing, someone who's not only just announcing, but actual part of the show. You feel like part of the roster. And to some degree, part of the family. So I totally get that. Again, future, I just want to see what she ends up doing. I'll be fascinated to see if she ever does a comeback. Guest appearances like Lily Garcia kind of did periodically, off and on. I'll be happy to see that too. But I am kind of curious to see what she does post WWE.
Yeah. I think it's true, man. Because she really showed her personality, and she really showing that she likes this, and that's what the fans want to see. To showing that she's really into the product. Not only you announce people great, like I said, you show us who you are, and that you have full interest in this. But like I said, you got to understand, people got their own personal things that they want to do in life. And that they got their own other priorities. It ain't just about us. It ain't just about what she's doing, her job. It's her job. She's just entertaining us. She also has other ventures and priorities. So I mean, you got to understand that. But a lot of people was kind of bagging on Ricochet and getting mad at Ricochet quick. I was like, God, no, boy, y'all.
Well, yeah, there was quite a few tweets. No, there was some tweets that I saw where people like, hate Tony Khan. They thought she was going to AEW. Let me tell you something. Tribalism in wrestling is a horrific thing. It is. But, those fans don't represent all the fans that watch wrestling. They just represent the people who just watch it online and just stay online. They don't
Yeah,
represent wrestling fans.
yeah. But like I said, we're gonna miss you, Samantha. Like I said, hope we see you again sometime soon. Somebody else want to see you sometime soon is the tag team titles. I think New Day want to see them soon because I think they 11, 12 time tag team champions.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
they got their victory on Monday against AOP. Well, they had a little help. They had a little help from the National Treasure, R-Truth. Yeah. But after the match, Truth got beat down.
Yeah.
And Kofi was trying to get in there to help, but Xavier was holding that man back. He's like, because Kofi was like, man, they killing him. That's our boy, man. What's going on? Why are you stopping? What's going on? Xavier, like he been saying some time now, that ain't our business. Let's stay out of that. We got our victory. We got what we want. Let's move. Let's keep it moving. So that's building up on the background. And then the Wyatt Six finally came back.
He did come back, which I don't know. How do you feel about the Wyatt Six coming back and who their new targets are being the Final Testament? Are you big into this? You looking forward to this feud? I know you're not big on the Final Testament, but I mean,
No,
is this something that can help?
I feel this brings this tells me the Wyatt Six is not on the top priority of a creative. That's what this tells me. Because I thought they was gonna come at the Judgment Day, but going at the Final Testament, I mean, you gotta give them something to do because they got Miz with them, back and forth with them, and it makes sense a little bit. I really don't. Everybody don't make sense because what breakdown in family do they have? Because that's what everybody thought. Why Six was, their motive was fix the families, fix the groups, or fix who's turning on each other, or whatever it is. To me, that's Judgment Day, not the Final Testament.
Yeah, that's true. It
Final
is.
Testament ain't really got no story. So I guess you're doing this to make them have a story or whatever. Or are they trying to punish Karrion Kross for trying to break up other groups? Because he's an instigator. He's a background instigator. That's what Karrion Kross is. And so maybe they're trying to punish him for his transgressions with that. So I'll wait and see what happens, but it's just, you gotta see something.
Well, I mean, look, there's a story right there. You just kind of gave it the reasoning, or at least the motivation. Yeah, there's a lot of rifts that's been happening in WWE. You remember the OC used to be a faction until Final Testament got an AJ's ear. Now the OC is just kind of all disarray. The New Day, they were real cool until Final Testament got in their ear. Yeah, Karrion Kross, some fan fiction was created that he lose a match, but his long-term effect affects people in the long whatever. So, I don't know. I'm trying. I don't have a lot for this either. I gotta admit, I'm not into this feud. I just don't care. Final Testament can't really do much of anything to make me interested unless they become the Judgment Day. Because you know what? Maybe that's what should happen. Maybe they should just blend it with the Judgment Day and just make it one final judgment. That will be the super faction. The final judgment.
That's like 10 members. Yeah, dang. What we doing?
Hey, why not? I mean, you know what? You can never have too many members in a faction. That's the rule the NWO taught me. That's what I believe.
Man. Well, speaking
Bullet
of
Club.
Yeah. It worked for them. I mean, I guess, I don't know. I don't think that would be the only thing that make Final Testament interesting. But speaking of Judgment Day, Liv and Dom, they going back and forth with Nia and Tiffany and everybody going after this, Crown Jewel Championship. And so, it's just chaos to me because they got Raquel involved. They trying to get the rest of Judgment Day or Street Trash or whatever you want to call them. They got them Street Trash T-shirts. I don't know what to call them nowadays.
I don't like that, but I get it.
I would never wear that T-shirt. I mean, I guess I get paid to wear it, but I don't know.
No, that's a good point. Like, who's going to buy a shirt that says Street Trash? Who was that made for?
I'm trying to figure it out. It's like they trying to be. I don't know. I'm trying to figure out what they trying to pull off with that. I don't know. But they lead up to the match with Liv and Nia, and like I said before, that match is based on Tiffany Stratton and what she gonna do. It's a lot going on around it with Dom and Raquel gonna be on Liv's side, but it's based on that. If she or is she not gonna cash in, and who is she gonna cash in on? So that's what's going on with that. But as far as the rest of Judgment Day, they got to defend those. They're looking to see who they can defend the titles against. But Finn is just focused on Damian. He's still focused on Damian Priest.
And he never really got his comeuppance on Damian. Damian beat him in that match.
Yeah, but you cost this man the world championship. You deserve that.
Yeah.
But I guess you still want to be dominant over him. Priest, he over there talking to Gunther, saying, telling Gunther, handle your business. But after that, Survivor Series or wherever you want to do it, I'm coming for your championship again because you know I had your number. You know it. If Finn Balor wasn't right there, I would have kept my title. Gunther didn't really have much to say about after that. I mean, it's the truth. So I don't know if he's going to say something later or they waiting to build that up and waiting until this Cody thing and for this Crown Jewel Championship. But
maybe.
Yeah, I think Gunther's waiting to come back on that. But how you feel about Damian Priest going, like, just forgetting about Finn Balor and trying to go after Gunther?
Well, I mean, that's what you need to do. Yeah, I mean, that's what you're in this thing for, championships. And I think that's kind of where you kind of raised a good point. I'm not exactly sure what Finn Balor looks to gain to keep going after Damian Priest. But this also goes to the whole crux of the issue with Judgment Day. What is Judgment Day's motivation at this point? Help Liv maintain the championship? and I guess help themselves maintain the tag title. I guess that'd be the two main things. But
Yeah.
yeah, I don't see any benefit in beating Damian Priest at this point. It doesn't legitimize the team any more than what they already are, because you already lost key matches you probably should have won. Um, I don't know. I feel like because of the Finn Balor wanting to get at Damian Priest whenever Damian and Gunther had their match, Finn's probably going to interfere again just to be that nuisance. I mean, to be fair, he did say that. Finn did say he was just going to be a nuisance in Damian Priest's life moving forward. So, rhyme or reason, be damned. He's probably going to just keep messing with Damian Priest regardless.
Yeah. And the only thing I could think of is Adam Pearce does give him his match against Damian Priest, but with Damian Priest trying to go after the world title, and Finn Balor did mention that he should be doing it, number one contender match, and Finn Balor versus Damian Priest, whoever wins, goes after Gunther, of course, at Survivor Series, and so that could be the reason that they fight again.
Okay, yeah, like a tournament, a situation where they got to fight each other based on that. I'm fine with that. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, because they was laughing at Dom talking about maybe I should go for the world championship. I could be going to. The Carlito up there laughing. JD laughed too. So I was like, the Carlito got me rolling, man.
Let me say this. Wouldn't it be the best yet worst thing if Dom did win that world title?
Yeah, I wouldn't be mad. Depending on the situation, depending on how they build it up, I wouldn't be upset because he's one of the biggest heels they have in the reaction he gets. So a lot of people would kill for that reaction. So I wouldn't be totally mad. I just need to see how the story is played out because we got two strong champions right now. So I can't see them taking from the ones that got it right now.
The best way to take is through numbers, right? Okay, well, we can't take it by brute strength. So, Judgment Day win it by the numbers. It's just, if Dom were to win that world belt, him and Liv would be the most obnoxious championship couple on TV. It'll almost be worth it just to have a 1 month program of them being champions. It would do, I don't know, good, but it'll just be almost worth it for that 1 month run to see them two. It's just,
I think it'll be good. I wouldn't be mad at it. There's a lot of other people deserve another championship, but I wouldn't be mad at Dom. I like Dom, man. So
yeah.
But we keep with Judgment Day just for a second. How did you feel about the controversy of what Carlito said about damage control?
Yeah. There was no controversy. There's no controversy. That's how I feel. There's nothing. What did he say? I need to learn to speak Chinese. Okay, so they don't speak Chinese. Okay, but Carlito's an idiot. What do you want from him? You know what? Let me ask you this question. Will people have that same problem if R-Truth said it?
I mean, R-Truth is known for saying stuff, doing stuff like that. Carlito isn't. I hate that.
It is. Carlito is sort of known for that because, I mean, to be fair, he was the guy when everyone was showing the pictures off. He was like, "Oh, that's cool." They're looking at him. What are you talking about? That's cool. That ain't cool. Remember Liv and all that? Like he has his moments.
But that's not a dumb thing. That's not an idiotic thing. That's just like I like the way Liv look. That's all. That's all he was saying. So it's not because his character ain't coming off like that. I hate that R-Truth is, even though it's funny. Hate that, in a way. I hate that R-Truth is known about being dumb. But either way, but Carlito, I like saying that they are Japanese, and so I gotta make sure I got that right. I believe they are Japanese. Like I don't want to come back on me. That's why a lot of people was mad about it because they thought they were Japanese. They say they're Japanese and they saying Chinese, and so it's like, is it offensive? Is it? Some people say it racist. I don't know.
They're Japanese. They're Japanese. They're both from Japan.
All right, just to clarify for our show.
I didn't research myself. Okay.
But like I said, there's a lot of controversy, but I don't know. I think some people backstage was like kind of taken back a little bit too, but hopefully he talked to them or they, go back and forth. I don't know. Either way, it just making, like you said, it does make Carlito look dumb. I guess that is what it is.
I guess. I don't know. I didn't think it was a big deal. Listen, I'll tell you this one thing. This is proof positive that the people who keep screaming, "Oh, man, we missed the Attitude Era. How come wrestling can't go back to the Attitude Era?" This is why right here. This is why you can't go back to the Attitude Era, because you can't even handle a simple joke like this. You would have loved, you know what? Could you imagine what the people would have done if they had saw that DX I'm sorry, that DX imitation or parody of the Nation. You remember that whole promo? That would not go over well. They don't even have that on Peacock. You can't even find that promo if you wanted to, unless you go on YouTube or somewhere.
Yeah, but I mean,
Yeah.
they mentioned that stuff like in the Vince McMahon documentary, saying the stuff we did back then would never fly today. So they
No.
know they just for them to mention in that. I mean, it wasn't a WWE thing; it was a Netflix thing. But for them to say it in that and it's out there like that, so yeah, they know they can't pull
You know
that stuff
what?
off today.
This may be
And
a,
because back then we all thought that was hilarious. We weren't even thinking about
Nah, it was
none of that.
hilarious.
A lot of people thought it was hilarious, especially with the Owen Hart thing. That was the most funniest part of it. We all thought
Yeah, it
we
was
was
really
all
good.
laughing, but to look back, it's like, wow, yeah,
I don't know. Listen, this may be an unpopular opinion here, but I am fine with levels of racism in wrestling as long as the story is told where the racist gets theirs in the end. I'm fine with it because wrestling can be a reflection of reality. You just have to tell the story correctly. I give you an example. Triple H and Booker T. They
I
use a
knew
little
it,
bit
I
of
knew it.
racism, but if they told that story correctly, it could have been a beautiful moment. But they just didn't tell it correctly.
Yeah, the right man did not win, but
No, it didn't. I don't care.
it's all good. But did the right person win in the other tag team qualifier match between American Made and versus
Oh,
LWO? Because
well,
Ray Brazil and Dragon Lee got the victory.
yeah,
I
yeah, they
really
did.
thought this was American. This was made for American Made. I thought,
Yeah, pun intended, right?
yeah, I thought it was made for them to get through to the next round because they're such a great tag team. Yeah, and I thought this was their moment to show that they're a great group because they started off with Wyatt Six, and I was like, this is the bad time for them to start like this. So I thought they was gonna
Yeah, I
make it up
know.
with in this tournament, but they don't lost again. How you feel about
Wow.
them losing and Ray and Dragon League winning?
I'm a little conflicted to be honest with you because I understand where you're coming from with American Made. You know that I really hate that their debut as a team came at the same night as the Y6 made their feud debut, the full debut as a team as well. Kind of putting them on the back burner. They haven't won a serious feud or a real serious match themselves. But on the other side of this coin, I like Dragon Lee. I kind of feel like Dragon Lee has kind of also taken a back burn with the whole LWO. Like he hasn't really had his moment to shine. So I don't
Yeah.
know. So if I had to put it in the perfect world, I'd rather have Dragon Lee outside of the tag team scenario things and doing something else while the other tag team that's in LWO will be in this match.
Yeah.
And then that way American Made could have won. But hey, you know what? I'm happy Dragon Lee has a win. Let's see where it goes for him. American Made, I think they'll be fine. They do need something, but I think they'll be okay. They just need something.
Yeah, very much so. Like I said, they're an entertaining group. Like, Shaq was entertaining himself, and he's a great wrestler. And them two are coming up. Like I said, this could have been like a lot of people
A
call him.
big
They
win.
also call him Team Angle Light. But
American
I
males.
mean, yeah.
American
I
males.
mean,
American
you got
males.
all kind of names. Whatever. Put American in front of it. They can call it anything really.
Right?
I don't know. I don't see where they go from here. I mean, a lot of these tactics who losing in these tournaments like this, but
Somebody's got to lose.
yeah, they do. So I mean, just see how they play off of it.
Because, in the grand scheme of it, again, fast forwarding, because, sometimes you got to speculate on these things. Forget who wins. Whoever wins, do you see Judgment Day losing the tag title?
Ooh,
So, I mean, that's the big thing. Will Judgment Day even lose the tag titles once the dust settles on this
I
tournament?
feel like they will because
Okay.
they don't want to defend them, and then some of the teams in here, I feel like it'll be their moment because if you're gonna build a tag team title, because they already Judgment Day is already up here. They always gonna be showcased for the most part. Yeah, they're weaker than they were when Rhea and Damian Priest were in the group, but they still are showcased, and these other teams need something.
Okay.
You're gonna put them on TV. They need the title, just like maybe on SmackDown. Bloodline gonna be on TV no matter what.
Yeah, boy, I tell you. I tell you what, they are just the overarching story of WWE.
Right. So if you put the tag team titles on another tag team in a division, that builds them up, and they can go back and forth and whatever else, other tag teams that's on the roster that need that shine.
It helps
because
the tag team division. Okay.
with both shows going to be 3 hours, those tag teams are going to have to be shown. So give them
Oof.
the credibility that they need, so people can get behind these characters and show that they're a top team for real. They got to take them titles and they showing off and they having great matches.
Yeah. You talk about a 3-hour SmackDown. Oh my goodness. You know, we
Boy.
just got through a 3-hour Raw. Now we're down to 2 hours. I don't mind the 2-hour Raws. It feels short, but it doesn't feel like, I don't know, just, wow, 3 hours though.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of the 3 hours has gone by fast in the past, like at least the past year, a year and a half, 2 years. So it's been better. It hasn't been a drag, but it's still a lot of time to invest in watching the show.
That is true. And you're right. It hasn't, because, dude, there was, I don't know when it was. Of course, there was a lot during the McMahon era where a 3-hour Raw felt like a chore. Like, oh my God, this thing ain't over yet. At some point, I just had Raw on because it was just background. I wouldn't even pay attention because half the show wouldn't be about anything anyway, especially around like 2018, 2019.
Right, having the background and then some catches your ear, you perk up and
right?
check it out. But you find you doing something else, playing a game or whatever you do. So
Even on my phone.
But like I said, I feel like it need to be a draft before either show goes 3 hours.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
So, but we'll see how they play it out. But we're gonna play it off to NXT, where they building up that Halloween Havoc, and so I'm kind of looking forward. It's gonna be a decent card, but we have, because especially the main event, Trick Williams versus All Ego Ethan Page. What is that? I'm trying to for audio listeners.
He is the face of a company. He's a face.
Okay, now I get it. Because Lord, I was like, why does he do that? Like, I was like, I'm trying to see where you get that from. I was thinking about something totally different. I don't know, but he
I
came.
don't think I want to know. I don't think I want to know. We just leave it.
I don't know, but him and Trick was going face to face. But before I talk about that, hold on. Ethan Page did this song just like Trick Williams was been doing for the past, a couple of months or whatever. He actually did a diss song to Trick. He had that whole Halloween thing with a trick or treat and some other stuff he said. I was like, this guy here. But in his promo, he was saying that he's talking about his journey to get a championship in the WWE. He's saying it's like 17 years for me to get championship in WWE. I had a taste of it, and I'm obsessed, and I'm getting it back. Expressing that, Trick Williams, you got it all, man. You got the look, the style, the skill in the ring. You talk on the mic, whatever it is, but you're not tough. You ain't got that devil in you. And you're going to playing off the Devil's Playground stipulation that was made with the wheel.
Yeah,
but calling Trick Williams not tough, and Trick Williams like, bro, have you not been watching the show? Have you not seen my matches? Have you not seen my feuds with Mello, Pete Dunne, Dragunov?
Yeah,
What have you done to show that you tough? Like, come on now. Yeah,
I don't know. I like that promo. Okay, so two things real quick about that whole concept of the promo. Number one, I love, or maybe I don't, how wrestlers would tell you about their stories of being on the independents, and it makes it sound like the worst thing in the world. Man, remember we used to sleep in the car and have to sell our blood just to pay rent and all that just to do backflips or shaking a hot dogs and a handshake? It makes it seem like working on the independents is the worst thing about doing wrestling. But one thing I do like about Ethan Page is how, one thing you mentioned was how, have you ever bled in the ring? Have you ever had your skin peeled off or your blood and your sweat blinding you in a match? And I don't know. You may have to correct me if I'm wrong. Has Trick Williams ever bled in a match?
Nothing sticks out, but I feel like he has, but I don't know. I feel like that'll be a new thing if it does. I feel like that will have to happen in this match since he brought it up. So this will be the match to do it.
See, I don't know. I think Ethan Page makes a good point. Well, I think Ethan Page makes a good point in that. I get that Trick has fought a lot of tough people, but it really comes down to, has he fought a lot of tough people in a lot of tough stipulation situations? Ethan Page has gone through a lot, whether it's AEW, MLW, wherever the hell he's been. Trick Williams had the luxury of coming into NXT, the Performance Center, learning under a training system to help be the star. And again, I just want to clear out Trick Williams said, don't be mad at my blessings. Ain't nobody mad at that. It's just you haven't cut your teeth the same way I have. And I like Ethan Page's approach of I am cut from a different cloth. I am not only someone who could be the top face, I can also be one of the toughest people when brought down to it. And at Devil's Playground, you're going to understand just how tough and how rugged it can really get when the cuffs come off. Now, one thing I didn't like about this promo was how Trick just kept brushing a lot of that off. Like
Yeah,
he
he
was
was.
like, yeah, right. Like he was no selling all of it. It's like, come on, dude,
Yeah,
give me something, just a little bit. That's the only thing I didn't like about the promo. He just no
yeah.
sold all of that.
And with a lot of things that Ethan said, the crowd wasn't even reacting to him like that. They was giving him like pity claps.
Yeah, I get you. The
I mean,
golf clap.
I was like expecting a little bit more. I was like, dang, y'all ain't nobody behind this man. What all he just said? I was like, God, dog.
How do people like? That's a question. How do you feel about Ethan Page?
I mean, I'm not a fan exactly, but I like the way what he's becoming in NXT and his growth about it and his promo skill. It's growing on me. I'll say that. But
Okay.
with the people who he's going against, I'm just too far of a fan, too much of a fan of Trick Williams to side with Ethan Page on this.
No, I
Like I
get
said, I
that.
get what you're saying, what you've been through, but when people talk like that, yeah, like a dozen other wrestlers or every other wrestler has that story. Of I've been through this,
Yeah.
I've been through that. If you're gonna say that, that's like that story has to be told from a certain person to get. I say a certain baby face to build up like 18-year odyssey or 17-year journey, to make it to the top. You a heel. I'm not gonna be sympathetic to you with the stuff you've been doing lately, and the way you won your matches. You capitalize on somebody else's victory. So why I'm gonna clap for you and cheer for you about you telling me it took you 17 years to get a WWE championship? We don't think you deserve it either way because you really didn't get that victory to us.
All right. No, that's a fair perspective of looking at it. I get that.
Yeah. So like I said, I like the suits, like the glasses, I like his style. But like I said, the point at your face thing, I didn't get that until you just said something. His thing,
Ask you this, how do you feel he'll do when he gets to the main roster, if he does go to the main roster? What do you think his ceiling would be?
to be honest, I think he's needed up there because they need mid card to upper mid card heel like him,
Okay, so you think he could do
especially on
that?
especially on SmackDown. They need somebody like him. So if he could continue to get his reps down here on WWE style or see how to build himself up down here in NXT, and they already made him a champion. Go up there so they could speak on that, and like I said, go be that mid card to upper mid card heel. So because
Right.
that's like I said, that's what they need on SmackDown right now.
All right, last question, but a comparison. Who is better at the heel role? Nah, I'm not gonna ask that. I was gonna ask who's better at the heel role, The Miz or Ethan Page. But I guess we still say The Miz. Yeah, that's fair.
Every time somebody like this, they get compared to the Miz. There's so many people like this. And Miz is such a legend. I don't care how many losses this man got. Miz is gonna be a Hall of Famer. He's gonna be a legend.
Oh yeah,
And this man has
he
held
is.
all the championship, and he was doubted so much when he first started, and the way he's built up and all the championships he's collected, it became a 2-time Grand Slam, and
Yeah,
so
two-time wrestling champion. How do you do
yeah,
that?
so nobody could ever talk bad about Miz to me, and a lot of people get compared to him like what's his name
Yeah.
down under from A-Town down
Oh,
under.
you know the guy. He's with Austin Theory. His name is Grayson Waller.
Grayson Waller. A lot of people compare him to Miz. A lot of people compare MJF to Miz. So,
Yeah.
and it's a number of other people. They put in line and say, "Oh, this is the next Miz." So Miz comes up with a lot of people conversation. So that's why I say hats off to Miz, salute to Miz. So maybe he can be on that level, but he need that time under his belt in WWE because he didn't get
Yeah.
as much shine in AEW. He got some matches, got some some feuds, whatever. But this thing with Trick Williams is building up. I'd like to see how it goes, how it ends. But I feel like he could be a mainstay on SmackDown, right? As how it looks right now as a heel.
Yeah, yeah. Right now, we'll
Yeah,
see.
yeah,
We'll see.
yeah. But yeah, like I said,
Oh, well, should we do the predictions or just we should wait
yeah,
till the
we
end?
we going to put that in right now. I'm still saying I'm gonna go with Trick Williams on that match.
Are you picking Trick Williams on the Devil's Playground?
Yeah, aka no disqualification.
I guess I'll go with Trick Williams too. I don't know. The reason why, okay, I got to make a pick because this is it. The reason I'm just stalling is because it was really pointed out that Trick never lost to Ethan Page. Like, that's a key thing. And the fact that they mention it makes me wonder if they'll pull a swerve and have Trick lose and have Ethan Page get that win. I don't know, man. Ethan was talking real ominous about blood and you haven't been through this toughness. I don't know.
Well,
Fine, I'll do it. I'm picking Ethan Page.
wow.
I
Wow.
got to.
Well, what you just said, they were saying he ain't got that toughness, and he ain't got that grit, or that blood or whatever. He ain't bled like that. This match, with how they set it up, what you just said, will set that up for Trick. This was showing that
Yeah.
he does have that, and he has what it takes to be the face of any.
No, yeah, I know.
So,
I know. Listen,
yeah,
I'm picking Ethan because I just feel like I gotta pick. You already picked the Trick, so I gotta pick the other side. I gotta make it interesting.
okay to pick him too. It's all right. It's
Oh,
all
I
right.
gotta pick it 50-50.
Nah, that ain't what we do. That ain't what we do. We pick.
Nah, it builds conversation.
Yeah,
Keep
yeah,
it
yeah.
whole.
I feel you. But I also feel like he'll keep it because if next match we talk about, if Oba loses this ladder match
Oof,
or TLC match, that means I feel like he'll go up to fight Trick.
that's true. So let's talk about that real quick. You know, Oba, he had his match. After the match, it took a minute, but it took out the whole D'Angelo family. Like, it took him a minute to get Tony D'Angelo tied up with those little zip ties.
Yeah.
While the other two just saw them do it. Like, I thought, you guys gonna get up and help? Nonetheless,
Nah.
what do you make of this? Oba destroys the entire faction. How does he not come out the victor in the ladder match? He can already manhandle his team from what things look.
I don't know because I really feel Oba should be able to win this match.
Okay.
Because I feel like last match he got distracted, he was cocky, and he pretty much slipped on a banana peel, and here we go.
Law.
Tony got the title. And with the destruction you saw on NXT, you see what Oba could do. If he could do that to your family, he definitely could do it to you. I'm pretty sure. And if your team ain't gonna be on ringside, he's not distracted. They're not gonna attack him. It's just you and him going at it. So either you prove you're supposed to be in North American champion, or Oba continues to prove that he's the ruler.
Yeah, right. That's the thing. Like, I don't know. Is how you talk about splitting 50-50. You just mentioned Uber. I got him winning this match because I just cannot fathom a way in which Tony. The only way I can imagine Tony D'Angelo wins is if it really is the entire family against Uber Femi. Like, it just has to be all of them.
Yeah, because they could come back. I mean, it's like they just dead. They like they in the hospital. They just got hurt on this, but I don't know.
Yeah,
They
but
might still show up.
he did it
You
so
know?
easily though. He didn't even break a sweat doing this whole minute. So it was like, come on.
He really didn't. So that's what I'm saying. He gonna come with that. He hungry to get his title back. But I just want to see Oba move up to the NXT championship with Trick. And so that's why I'm saying he might lose. And it's a ladder match. He's not getting pinned. It's a ladder match. So he doesn't have to suffer another pinfall victory. And so that might be the out for where Tony can get this championship in some kind of way. Like a bad wrestler. So I mean, he could find a way. But I'm just an Oba fan, so that's all that is.
No, I totally understand that. I like him too.
Oh yeah,
Tables, ladders, and chairs. Tables, ladders, and scares. What's the scares?
yeah. Boy, like I said, these Halloween things, man. That's all it is. But the next match we're gonna predict is who we got over here. Stephanie McCoy and Julia versus Roxanne Perez and Cora Jade. Stephanie and Julia had a match on NXT. They got their victory. It's like a dream team. I mean, I'm trying to figure out who I like better out of them two, Stephanie and Julia. I still need to see more of their work a little bit. The way they wrestle, they're a good team. I feel like it's hard to say who's gonna win out of Roxanne and Cora and them. But
No.
I feel like it had to be Julia and Stephanie just to show that they're coming for Roxanne's title. So they need this victory. So that's the only reason I'm gonna pick Julia and Stephanie. So, but how you feel about them?
Oh, I feel the same way. Out of the two, I like Stephanie. I do have Stephanie Valcour and Julia winning this match. I do like Stephanie Valcour for a lot of reasons. I don't know. It's more than just wrestling. I know the way she left CMLL was pretty bad, although it was a lot going on. I thought it was pretty gangster in a way. She had a match at Forbidden Door. She said, to the hell with this title in CMLL and sign over with WWE. She's a really good wrestler. I like her style. I do think they're going to win, mainly because, their big debut of a pay-per-view. You can't have them lose in this situation. I do find it interesting that they put them in a tag situation. Like, they tag these two up as opposed to having them go on a separate run. I don't know. You know what this feels like? You talk about Ethan Page and Stephanie and Julia. It kind of feels like Black and Gold NXT. We don't live in the same wrestling world where it was the big independents. Black and Gold NXT had Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens, brought in Adam Cole and all that, Gunther or Walter at the time. And a lot of it, Matt Riddle. These are big names on the independent circuit. There's nothing like that no more because you got AEW, you have WWE,
Yeah,
so everything's just kind of blending. But bringing in these people of Ethan Page, Julia, and Zaria,
yeah,
it kind of has that feeling of young talent mixed with semi big names. It kind of makes NXT feel somewhat important. But I don't know. I don't know how long are these names going to stay in this before they get called up to the main roster. Will it be a thing where they get plucked up real quick because they're big names? Like,
yeah.
I don't know.
Well, like I said, just to get them acclimated to the style that they have to do now with WWE, they put them in
Yeah.
NXT, and a lot of people know them, but a lot of people don't know them, and so this is how to get somewhat familiar. And like I said, I thought it was gonna be like two singles matches with Julia facing Cora Jade and Stephanie facing Roxanne. That's what I thought it was gonna be at Halloween Havoc, but they doing a tag match, and I get that. But boy, Roxanne. Boy, she got people coming for her head. She got three
Yeah.
great women that just came in the company just now: Stephanie, Julia, and Zaria. So I'm like, well, formerly Delta. I haven't seen much of her work either, but she gave me doggone Beth Phoenix vibes heavy. And
Yeah, she's a
so
powerhouse.
yeah, and Rhea Ripley already gave her salute because she's from Australia, and so boy, it's Roxanne better watch out. You know what I'm
It's
saying?
gonna
So
get heavy. Oh yeah, the competition is definitely getting heavy. I mean, the competition is already heavy as it is based on just the standard women roster. Luckily
yeah,
for Roxanne, Last Legend may be leaving and going to the main roster. At least that's one less person to worry about.
boy.
That's trouble, no?
But I mean, they going after Kalani too for the Women's North American Championship also. So some of them could
Right.
be going for that too, man, because they got Fatal Influence. They picking the match that they're going that's going to be at Halloween Havoc. But I still think Kalani, whoever she faces at Fatal Influence, I feel like Kalani still will maintain because she's the first champion. I feel like they want to have a great run with her, and she taking on all comers. It don't matter. You got three people that she don't even know her opponent, and she don't even know the match or her opponent for real. So I feel like if she still wins, that will showcase she's a great women's champion, women's North American champion right now. And so she's on her game and on the rise. And so I have Kalani winning that. Who you got?
I don't know who she's going against. I just going into
I
a
mean
blind.
anybody in Fatal Influence. We call them Team Attraction.
Yeah, they are kind of Timu toxic attraction. Don't do that. Don't do that. Fallon Henley, JC Jane, and
Yeah.
Jasmine Neeks. I don't. Well, Poor Jay. This is gonna be the tag match.
Yeah.
I can't see the entire group losing tonight. I don't know. Kalani Jordan may lose.
Nah,
Is
man,
that two?
I don't see
Well, I
that.
can't have two. Well, hold on a second. Then. That means I can't have two. All right. So Kalani Jordan loses. Trick Williams gonna win. I can't have both of them losing the title.
No, I feel like they both retain.
That's just way too much. Well, you also got Obafemi winning, so he'll be the new champion.
Yeah,
Okay.
if Obafemi win, yeah.
Well, that's just so many good guys winning in one match. Well, we didn't really talk about the ambulance match. Did you hear about that?
What,
Andre Chase versus Ridge Hollins.
yeah, I was gonna
Ambulance.
get to that next. Yeah, I didn't know it was an ambulance match though. I was like, oh, okay. I was
Yeah,
like,
they,
that's new for NXT. I feel like I don't know if they had an ambulance match at NXT,
yeah, I don't think so either.
but that's interesting with them. And so, like I said, I'm not a fan, but I might pick Ridge Holland because if he going on a tear like this, he needs this victory to get to that next level, the next big opponent. I took out a whole group, so now I need something else. I need something else to build off of.
Yes, I don't know. That's a good question. You know, I didn't even think that far. Okay, let me just go back real quick. I'm not going to pick Kalani Jordan because I don't know. I just couldn't imagine Fatal Influence or whatever the name is losing all the entire night. Factions don't lose every match. So I don't know who she's facing, but I'm going to choose the opponent only because the opponent has a faction and could help them win. But because I'm choosing a faction, I'm taking my pick back and I'm picking Trick Williams to win the main event. To win that. But I can't.
It
I
came
can't do
all
both.
around.
I can't do both. I can't do both. But going back to the Chase in Holland, I don't know, man. I do kind of feel like Chase U has to win this.
I mean, to get their full revenge, yeah. But if you're trying to build up Ridge Holland, take a whole group out multiple times. I mean, he been getting, he been standing tall this whole time. So maybe Andre Chase does get this, and he's stronger than what he looks like, and so that could surprise Ridge Holland and cause Ridge Holland to lose. So I don't know. It could go either way to me.
It really can't go either way. I don't know. I just, it's kind of like the Karrion Cross thing. There ain't nothing Ridge Hollins can do that can make me that interested in him anyway. Win, lose, or draw, I'm gonna be like, I don't care.
Hey, I understand. I can't fault you for it. I can't fault you
I
for it.
can't even, right? I can't even pretend to get up for this match. I can't. It's just,
Yeah,
all right, we'll see what happens. That's all I can tell you.
yeah. But one thing I'm gonna talk about is like I said, a lot of women's tag team on NXT this week. Yeah, Lash Legend Jakara facing off against the returning to NXT for a night, Damage Control, and I really wanted to see that match especially with what Lash and Jakara did on Raw to make them lose the title match to Bianca and Jade.
Yeah.
So, but we also had Chelsea and Piper cleaning house. I was really surprised by this because they usually, taking the falls and looking
Yeah,
goofy.
looking like a comedy.
Yeah. So I was surprised at them cleaning house like this, and it's something they need. I'm trying to see what this actually leads to.
That's a good question. I don't know. You think they could lead to them winning the tag team title?
At least getting a shot.
I don't know. Like, if you had Chelsea Green, we all like Chelsea Green, right? She's comedic. She's hilarious.
Yeah.
She's good in the ring. We all like Paper Niven. Will we be upset if they ever became tag team champions?
But they were tag team champions.
But I mean, like, let me put it like this: we'll be upset if they beat Jade and Bianca.
Oh yeah. Oh yes.
Okay. Yeah,
There's not a team right now that Well, no, I ain't gonna say that. I'm not gonna say that. I'm not going. Can't agree with that at all.
Last
I cannot
Legend is
agree with
better
that
than
at all.
You don't have to, but it's a fact.
No, but only team I'll be okay with beating Jade and Bianca is probably Damage Control because the moves EO and Kairi Sane pull off in that ring are amazing. And the moment I got excited about was a backstage moment with Damage Control and Julia and Stephanie McCool.
Yeah.
That was a moment. That's a match I want to see. So
Yeah, that is a match I want to see. Ooh.
yeah. But yeah, right now that's the only team I can see that's worthy of taking the titles off Jade and Bianca. But, like I said, And now you seeing last episode, there ain't a lot of teams. We saw them all. A lot of them right here on NXT on one episode. And that wasn't even all of them.
See, that's the thing about it. NXT is first. I said this before too. I think NXT still has a better women's division as far as presentation and priority goes. They really make the women feel like they are a complete part of the. Dude, it's really hard for me to turn on NXT and not see a women's match, and it just feels so organic. Unlike most other things, it kind of feels like it's either forced or it's just the same set of women, depending on what show or promotion you're talking about.
Absolutely, because like I said, on this show alone, it had at least 3 or 4 moments with the women, and that's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, that Jada Parker got her victory off in the match she had, and they had like 4 women after the match right there because that Lola Vice came out, and Wendy Chu came out to get Tatum Paxley.
Yeah, and put her in the trash can or something, whatever the hell that was all about.
No, that like the like case or whatever. You know, she put her like that big case, and so. And then, like I said, the tag team breakdown they had, what we just talked about with Chelsea Green and Piper Niven was out there, Stephanie McCool and Julia won their match. It's a bunch
So
of
Ruka was on the show?
Huh?
They had a whole thing with So Ruka was on the show. They had a whole thing with Ashanti, the Adonis. He was handing out flowers. Like, it's always something. They just include it. So, yeah. Let me tell you, if you put the women's tag team titles anywhere, put it on NXT. I still stand by what I say, get rid of it. But, you know, Flash and Flourish in NXT.
Yeah, and they also had with Nikita Lyons and Oba had a little interaction.
Yeah, they did have an interaction. That's interesting.
I was like, what's this? Oba playing in the snow?
Don't tell Dr. Umar. You ain't gonna be too happy if you tell him that. I don't think he wants to hear that.
It's got to be a limit, people. It's got to be a limit, bro, my brother.
You got to stay focused. Stay focused, my brother. Stay focused.
Right. But I'll tell you what, there's no limit on. We're going to go over to AEW. You got no limit going on there because the work that my boy, I feel like the top guy, and nobody can mess with this man on AEW, John Moxley, it's John Moxley versus the world, man. John Moxley versus the world. And nobody, him and the crew, him and the BCC, and can't nobody touch him right now. That's the best thing going on AEW right now that I could think of. Everything else seems mid-card or lower, almost.
Wow, mid-card or lower. Well, let me ask you this question, because I guess so we're going a couple weeks into this Moxley thing, and I guess my thing is this. He wants to try to create a better AEW. What does that better AEW look like exactly? And also, the second question, is he even a heel based on this?
The way he going about it, yes. This man put bags on people's face.
Well, with Bryan Danielson, he did try to kill Bryan Danielson.
Yes, twice.
Yeah, he did try to murder him.
And the guy had strong feelings on with Wheeler Yuta. He had him do it. And it still looks like Wheeler Yuta is kind of still on that learning period because he put the chair on Chuck Taylor's ankle and Claudio looking at him like, bro, what are you doing? Put it on his neck.
Yeah, you got to put.
Yeah, the way he stomped on that chair, I was like, bro. But go ahead.
I like the Yuta thing a little bit because people. I don't know if you ever gave an explanation of why he actually joined the BBC, but if you look into the history in the past of BBC and Yuta, I don't know. Bryan Danielson didn't really treat Yuta as much of a protege as some may think he did. Like, you got to remember, I'm just giving a quick history lesson here. During the bouts that Yuta and Garcia was having, if you remember, one match with Garcia won, Yuta wasn't happy about. Bryan Danielson raised Garcia's hand, and Yuta didn't like that. And there was another time where Yuta and Bryan Danielson was having like little promo of some sort, and then Yuta had mentioned maybe it isn't always best to meet your heroes. So there was always a little tension between Bryan Danielson and Yuta, but it makes sense that he would be with them, considering all that combined. It's just they're okay. Here's my thing with the Blackpool Combat. I don't want to call them that anymore. I want to call them the Moxley World Order because that's a better name for them.
Yeah, I feel you.
I just don't know. They are a threat. But who are they beating up? They're beating up like the Dark Order. And they're beating up all these other, you talk about mid carders. These are like your bottom. This would be like if the NWO came in and started fighting the lesser end of the Dungeon of Doom. They're not even fighting the best of the best in AEW, which I totally understand because if Moxley wants people to be their best, he wouldn't necessarily be fighting a Swerve. Because Swerve stepped up and became world champion. He
Yeah.
wouldn't be fighting a Hangman. He wouldn't be fighting an Okada. But you got to give me someone else besides the Dark Order and a confused Orange Cassidy for me to really feel like this is impactful. This is just
Well,
kind of feeling like people bullying people at this point.
yeah. Well, like I said last show, like I said, he looking for
This
people
heel.
that's not what his mold is, or not what his plan. They don't follow his plan, and all the people that stepping up are people who we feel are just lower card or mid card, and they trying to build these people up. Just like Orange Cassidy, he don't even want to take this role, but he's being forced into it by people that he's teaming with, and by Moxley and his crew. But because attacking Chuck Taylor, that's his best friend.
Yeah, literally.
And it's almost a breaking point. He said, "I'm gonna handle this." Garcia was like, "Yeah, do something, man. Come on, we looking to you right now. You're one of the guys that we feel like you should be that guy." And what's his name? Because what's his dude name? That had that talk with him on Wrestle Dream. He like a producer now. Shoot.
Jerry Lynn.
Yeah, Jerry Lynn. That was like a random thing. He's like, you could be that guy, and that was the start of it. Well, probably was. Yeah, I think it was the start of it. To put that in his head, like, and Hook came up to him right after that, said, "Yeah, you're right." And so they're trying to build Orange Cassidy up to be John Moxley's first opponent for his world championship. That's what this is. I feel like he's not the final. He's not the final guy that could be that threat to not put an end to this or take control of this, but he's being built up to be that first opponent, and she can get that fire. So now an original that they're getting that fire under to face John Moxley and for terrorizing the company right now, because the EVP is not going to do nothing. Like I said, I feel like it's leading up to Kenny Omega to do something.
Well, hold on, real quick to that point. Should the EVPs do?
Yeah, they should, but they not, because that's why they heel.
But what
They
should
in their own world of what they want to do. It might come to the point that they feel like, okay, well, shoot, this is really going way too. It's gone too far already, really, with the bag situation. But I don't know what Moxley's going to do from here. I'm like, what can he do to Orange Cassidy? That's going to be that devastating, or whoever else, to where the Young Bucks actually step up, or Tony Khan himself actually steps up. I mean,
Tony Khan's allowing all of this.
Right, all three of them allowing all this, and Kenny Omega's the only reason. Like I said, that's why I feel like it's building a Kenny Omega, because he's the only one that can do something, that will do something. Not the only one that can, only one EVP that will do something.
So you see this as the Kenny Omega. So you see Kenny Omega coming back and taking the world title from Moxley in that case?
Yeah. But
Okay.
other than that, we got Christian who holding that contract, and like I said, some contenders, of course, like, but you got them. You got them occupied with other stuff. They're not even in this, like you said. Hangman, Swerve, Adam Cole, MJL. I know the way they're building up. Bobby Lashley coming in, but he's not gonna deal with this. He's dealing with whatever MVP and Shelton Benjamin doing with Swerve. That's what he's gonna be dealing with.
Everyone.
Or recruiting a new guy in their crew. So they're not even thinking about this. But it should be a whole company problem. But that's not who's thinking about this. They had a whole line of people outside who still didn't get a job done. They was out there from sunrise to sunset to dark at night, and they still didn't do nothing. But they had all of them out there.
Somehow they end up in the ring beating up people anyway. Like what? John Silver.
They had Moxley come out there with a doggone Scully on. He didn't even have a mask on. Claudio out there in a regular white T-shirt, and you out in a regular white T-shirt. Y'all still ain't find him? Like, what are we doing? Y'all was out there for what?
So hang on a second. To that point, some think this is a build-up for Darby Allin to beat Moxley. Because this whole thing started with Darby Allin's match against Bryan Danielson, and then Moxley telling him, "You're not ready for this. I can't explain to you why, but just know that you're not." And then Moxley proceeded to beat the snot out of Darby Allin to take the match from him, and then proceeded to win the world title. Which, by the way, notice you haven't seen the world belt since Moxley won it. I haven't seen it, at least. Maybe it's been on TV. I just haven't seen it.
See, that's the one thing I need to be explained. Like, why'd you put it in the bag? Why you act like it doesn't matter for that world championship? That's the one part I need to explain. But like I said, I could wait on it. So I'm not mad at that.
Okay.
But with the way with people who going after them right now, and like I said, Garcia, Hook, all them, and Orange Cassidy, who might be, like I said, that first opponent for Moxley, I don't see any of them doing. Not even Darby. Unless Bryan Danielson comes back or Kenny Omega. Because Bryan Danielson said after I lose championship, it's over. So I mean, and also Will Ospreay. He's also another one that's involved in something else. We'll get to that in a minute. Yeah.
But he can't be involved. He's got his hands full.
Yeah. So it's these people that they're trying to build up. I think that's one of the things that they're trying to do with this program. Like it's the best thing going in this company, and some say it might be in all wrestling, because it's a great storyline. I love, like I said, Moxley is always my guy. I'm biased because of Moxley, but the way he's playing this out and the promos he's doing and the way he's going about it, it's just awesome to me. It's so intriguing.
No, I get you. All right, that's cool. Yeah, okay, that's cool. We can move on, yeah. Or you want to continue?
No. I'm about to go over to you speaking on the Young Bucks. Young Bucks lost a match, and it was like a 6-man tag, and now Private Party feel like they deserve a shot, but they still said no. So, but Private Party put on the stipulation. I think what's his name? Zay and Quinn, right?
Yeah, Zay lose would break up. Yeah.
Zay made a stipulation without Quinn being aware of it that if they lose, then they're gonna break up. And Stokely is in there somewhere. He already made that, put that bug in their ears, like, "Oh, you better than him anyway." And so
I hate that he did that. I did not like that he did that.
Yeah, and so this is all next week. It's all next week for the Fright Night Dynamite. Everybody doing this Halloween stuff, but
who's gonna have a match?
Yeah, as much as I would like to see Private Party win this match, with the season they planned it, I feel like they're gonna lose and break up. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, I gotta admit, with the seeds that you talk about, they planned it. They probably Private Party should have won the tag titles at the pay-per-view. The tag titles you talk about the tag titles being handcuffed by Judgment Day on Raw, like not doing anything. They're having the same problem right now with AEW, where the tag titles are kind of handcuffed by the Elite. They're not doing anything with it. Like, I want Private Party to win only because I just need the tag titles to do something. And also, I kind of feel like if Private Party does win, I would like to, okay, it's a ripple effect thing, right? With the John Moxley stuff. I feel like if Private Party wins, wouldn't that justify John Moxley's actions? Because his whole thing was, you've been here for 5 years and ain't done anything. So they win the tag titles. How would that then affect John Moxley's approach towards them? Would he look at them with a different sense of respect? Or would it be like, are you still a bunch of piece of trash? Or we just ignore them altogether? Like, that's another reason I want them to win. See what the ripple effect would be.
Yeah, and that, like I said, that will make a bigger part of the story. So
right, it will make a bigger part.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Build these people up. That's what AEW needs, to build people up to be future stars.
Well, they have future stars. They got Swerve Strickland. They got Will Ospreay. They got
that's the stars of right now. Now, they're still future, but that's right now into the future. And so
new blood.
Yeah, but like I said, I'm enjoying it. This, like I said, the best storyline is going right now. That, and to see who's gonna join MVP, I'm really interested in that. See who's really gonna join from a homegrown AEW person to join MVP. I'm really looking forward to that.
So let's talk about that for a moment here. You know, is MVP handing out business cards? He handed out business cards to Ricochet now.
Yeah.
Leo Rush, Swerve Strickland. Is MVP, like, let me ask you this question. Of all the people he's been handing out business cards to, do you think they're all gonna at least give an answer? Do you think he's gonna get like you think Leo Rush is coming? You think Ricochet is going to take it into some real consideration? No?
Only person is from the Acclaimed.
Oh yeah, Max Caster.
Max Caster. Because he put the card on his jacket. I think that might be building up. to where what's the name?
Anthony Bowens.
Bowens would be want to keep on doing what they've been doing, but Max Caster want to go off and be something greater.
He gave it to the wrong person. He should have gave the card to Anthony Bowens. That's the star of the team.
You think so?
That's the star. Oh, I know. Anthony Bowens. I hate to be this guy, but you take Anthony Bowens and put him in NXT and then grind him up through that system. By the time he makes it to the main roster, you talk about a future star in the win. That guy could be world champion.
Yeah, but Max talking about he the greatest wrestler alive. So I'm like, how?
You got to say this stuff.
I mean,
Confidence.
yeah, you gotta say it, but this would be a way to get to the way you get to that. You made a goal. You put that name on yourself. I feel like you setting a goal for you. Trying to set a goal for yourself, and so you building up to that. And being with MVP will get you on that track. Continue to stay with Billy Gunn and do this Acclaim and Sesame stuff. It's entertaining to a point, but it ain't gonna get you to where you want to be legit your title. And people will take that serious. Because right now, I can't take that serious.
No, that's fine. I totally agree with you on that. The thing I'm disagreeing about with anything is that MVP, listen, I like Max Caster. But if you chose me to choose between the two who I think is better and who I truly think is the best in the world with that moniker, I would choose Anthony Bowens over Max Caster. He should have gave the card to Anthony Bowens, although he gave it to Max Caster.
Well, I mean, he was giving it to the team, period. But it's just like Max was putting it in his pocket.
Yeah, well, I would have made sure Max wouldn't have got that. Like, no, Max, that's not for you. Get that to Bowens. No, stop it. That's not for you.
I get
just
you.
a delivery person.
The MVP Shelton Benjamin got another victory this week over Sammy Guevara. So they built Shelton up like a Shelton still is great. I don't know. I think Shelton 48, 49, maybe.
Yeah, he's
still looking like he might be 30.
Right? Early 30s at best. That dude is like, guy is built like a tank. He's bullying people like he's a monster of some sort.
Bro, I'm telling you, man. So that's why I said I'm like the way it's looking so far with this group. And when Bobby come in, boy, watch out.
Seriously, Shelton Benjamin looks almost unstoppable now. I could only imagine what they do with Bobby when he comes in. Bobby should need to be beating like 3 people at one time.
Boy.
I don't know.
They all should be running through the roster. And like I said, they're starting with Swerve, so that's why it's like, ooh, where is this going? Because I'm looking right now, it looks like they doing something next week with Swerve and Shelton. And so with the Fright Night and Dynamite. So I'm intrigued to see how that's going to go down next week.
Oh yeah, they do have that match. Yeah, I do want to see how that shows up.
Yeah. But another match they got at Fright Night is Adam Cole versus Buddy Matthews. Buddy got an issue with him, kind of came out of nowhere. But before we get there, Adam Cole had a talk with, the Undisputed Kingdom. I thought they was going to turn on him. I feel like they still will turn on him because Adam Cole's saying he won't do this on his own and this and that. And I feel like they probably feel like they being left behind by him. And they didn't been through all this with him, but with MJF. And so I feel like they should be tagging along too. But that's why I thought it felt a little awkward. But then MJF came on the screen saying, oh, you got to jump through hoops and this and that. Like he do with a lot of his opponents over the years. And saying, whoever gets to 3 wins in a row first gets me at Full Gear. I'm like, bro, okay.
Well, listen, here's the deal. I already told you before, I think it's stupid to continue this feud. But I haven't said it again, so I'm going to say it again. The feud between Adam Cole and MJF has lost its appeal due to, look, nobody even knows why they're fighting. The motives is unclear. It's inconsistent character arcs. After Adam Cole returned as a babyface following the injury with his portrayal with MJF, it just raises the question of, what are you going after MJF for now? MJF lost the title. He lost his best friend. He lost the fans. What do you want? Like, what are you going after? MJF having them jump through hoops, I don't think I have too much of a trouble with because already MJF doesn't want to fight him. Here's my question. I don't think anyone in AEW has answered this. And if anyone's listening, please answer this question. If MJF doesn't care, why should I care? If MJF doesn't want to fight Adam Page, then why should I care if Adam Page fights MJF? Because again, what? Yeah. Oh, Adam Cole. I keep saying Adam Page. Yeah, if he doesn't want to fight Adam Cole, then why should I care if he doesn't want? Why? Like, what is the beef that Adam Cole has with MJF exactly? What's the problem?
I mean, he put him out, and I mean, I don't know.
He didn't put him out. Adam Cole put himself out by jumping off the ramp and twisting his ankle. And then that's what ruined the story in the first place. And then when Adam Cole had done that speech in MJF's return, that was MJF getting revenge back on losing the title, losing his best friend, losing the fans. Let's not forget, MJF's whole entire heel turn was based on him going against Will Ospreay. And even then, it was really uncovered that his heel turn isn't even really a heel turn. His demeanor, if you will, is based on just the fans. He's like, forget you guys. I wanted to be a scumbag, but nah, you guys are scumbags because y'all cheering for this awesome jerk off who just came here 5 minutes ago. If I was sitting here carrying the company on my back, hey, you know what? Adam Cole had mentioned in his promo about how MJF used him for whatever reason. Here's a fact. Adam Cole used MJF to win the ROH tag titles. He told MJF, I won all the other ROH titles, I never won the tag titles. So even then, Adam Cole was using MJF. It's like, I'm not stupid. I'm not even complaining about a heel-face dynamic. I am just simply stating I don't even understand the motivation of this feud. And if MJF doesn't care, then why should I?
Yeah, I understand that. Because with your points that you're making, it's very valid. MJF kind of the good guy, even though he's the heel in it.
Yes, I don't know how that's the case, but all right.
And then I don't know if it's going to, I feel like it's going to come down to Roger Strong versus Adam Cole to see who faces MJF. And with that, what is Roger Strong's total case against in the situation? That he got to do all this to fight MJF. I'm like, is it with you or is Adam Cole in this driver? I mean, why is you? That's why I said it feel awkward because I don't know what our Roger Strong intentions are. And the rest of the Undisputed Kingdom, I mean, what are y'all intentions with this? Because, like I said, I felt like they was going to turn on Adam Cole right there, but I don't know.
You know, one thing is they had a little shot of Kyle O'Reilly staring at the screen, I think during the segment. So I don't know, maybe that means something. Listen, I'm happy with the Buddy Matthews challenge because at least the Buddy Matthews challenge gives Adam Cole something to do for the time being. I don't know.
Yeah, I just feel like that's Adam Cole's first victory right there. That's all I see with Buddy Matthews.
Yeah, I do too. The House of Black, right? I just hate how the House of Black doesn't do anything.
Because they're ready to go and they're just collecting the paycheck.
I hate to say that. Yeah, I don't understand how Malachi Black hasn't had that many singles matches. How come he's not out here chasing after championships?
He should be. He should be way bigger than what he is right now. I was a fan. I was a fan of him. But he just ain't been doing nothing. None of it. But
yeah, Barry King, he lost to Darby Allin. So yeah, I don't know.
Right. So, but another person who's fed up about where they are right now and they want to make a point is Kyle Fletcher. And I really like this promo. I do. And explaining his reasoning behind this, of why he attacked Will Ospreay, his best friend, Will Ospreay, saying y'all can continue to compare me to him. I also be that guy in AEW. But here comes everybody loves Will. Come take that shine. Oh, you saying and y'all say I'm like him. I'm supposed to be a tag partner. I look like him. We wrestle alike. And so this man got fed up. Like, I'm not like you, and it started shaving his own head, even though
it wasn't necessary.
It really was. You couldn't just dye your hair or something. Or
I like the haircut. Haircut, I think, does him a little bit of justice. But
but it kind of make him look like other people.
It's just like every other guy now.
Yeah, it kind of make him look like every other guy. That bleach blonde was, it stood out, and then him coming out with a jacket and the shades, kind of look old school a little bit, and in his demeanor. And so I liked it. So I was like, okay, well, it makes you feel more. The way he did it made you feel more threatening, and and made him like a big moment, but I feel like it might be a moment you regret after a little bit because she might not stand out as much. I get you don't want to look like Osprey, which you really kind of didn't. I mean, Osprey's hair is not like yours. I mean, I don't know, but I'm trying to figure it out. But like I said, it's still like I said, it made a great moment. It put more emphasis on the promo, and so I'm waiting to see what Osprey accept his challenge or not for next week.
Mm.
It's a match I'm looking forward to because I know it's gonna be great. Cause I mean, it's always with Osprey, and then Kyle Fletcher is right up there with him as far as skill goes. It's something to look forward to, and I'm liking how the story's going. But how you feel about Kyle Fletcher's reasoning?
I thought the reason was okay. Where he was kind of going in the beginning of the story I wasn't too sure. But his whole "I don't want to be in your shadow," I'm fine with that. I like the whole "I want to live outside your shadow" type motive. I think that's always a good one. That was Will Ospreay's kind of MO against Kenny Omega to some degree. You know, I'm not the next Kenny Omega. I'm the next Will Ospreay. So now Kyle Fletcher wants to do the same thing, and Kyle Fletcher has every right to kind of make a name for himself in doing that because he is a really well gifted talent. The guy has really good matches. He's a pretty good talker for what it's worth. He didn't let the crowd phase him. I've never heard a crowd chant "Wrap it up." That was my first time ever hearing that chant.
Wrap that shit up, B. Wrap that
What?
shit up, B.
I was laughing honestly, if I was a wrestler and the fans started chanting "Wrap it up," I don't know how I would take that. But Kyle Fletcher handled it very well. I got to give him
Yeah,
credit for that.
he definitely did.
But listen here, Britney Spears, get some therapy. You ain't got to sit here and shave your head to prove a point. He could have just made his point very clear. Although the flip side of that, I do kind of like the shave that he did. I kind of like the dark hair. I want to see where that goes with him. Darker side. One criticism I have, no Takeshita. I wanted to see Takeshita on Dynamite. I like the guy. He's the alpha. He's the new international champion. I wish I got to saw him that night with Cal. I don't know, because I feel like him and Will Ospreay's. I feel like Will Ospreay's feud with the Don Callis family may not be over because you got Kyle Fletcher now. I feel like Will Ospreay may still want to go after his international title along with Ricochet, who also wants a title shot. So I kind of feel like
Yeah,
they're all kind of convoluted in a sense. Not convoluted, but included.
yeah,
So I don't know. I thought it was a good promo. I'm looking forward to whatever match they have. It's just I wish I saw Takeshita. But that guy is awesome too.
yeah. He is, but and they want to put a spotlight on Kyle right now, and then they mentioned Takeshita with the Ricochet thing. So
Yeah,
they're still kind of building that up. So I mean, he'll be back next week. I'm pretty sure on Friday night.
I hope so.
Yeah, yeah,
Or the
yeah.
Alpha.
But I also want to talk about they had Chris Statlander to show the promo for her and for her to fight Camille coming up. So I'm trying to figure out. Well, I'm saying you want to ask. Do you feel Chris Statlander is a legit contender to the TBS Championship for Mercedes Moné?
Yeah. In fact, you know what? She should beat Mercedes Moné for the championship. In fact,
Mm.
Chris Statlander. Here's the reality of it, and none of us really recognizes this reality because I don't know AEW. Chris Statlander beat the longest reigning undefeated Jay Cargill, original TBS champion,
Mm-hmm.
and they ain't do nothing for her. That did nothing for Chris Statlander. It's like it happened and nobody cared. Chris Statlander just came out of a grueling feud with Willow Nightingale, where she came out victorious.
Yeah,
And
she
it's like
did.
nothing can happen from that. It's like nobody cares. She was a heel in that whole thing, then she became face. So Chris Statlander gets big wins, but it don't feel like big wins. She needs to get this big win against Camille, and she needs to get an even bigger win against Mercedes. Because the opposite end of the spectrum is, for me, Mercedes, she ain't really done much for the TBS championship. She's not even fighting people who are currently active on the AEW roster. They're part of other organizations and whatnot, usually for the most part.
Yeah.
And I don't know. It's just it ain't doing anything for me. You know what I'd rather have Mercedes doing? Go have her fight Mariah May, since Mariah May can't find an interesting feud to get herself into either. So have them
Yeah.
two meet up and fight each other.
Yeah, she fight Anna Jay in like 2 weeks. Mariah May, that is. And
Yeah.
so, like I said, I told you about how I feel about Mariah May. I mean, I like her, and she's gonna have some decent matches, but I ain't gonna take them serious until Tony Storm comes back, and so she in a
So
holding pattern for me.
so the Anna Jay match is just a formality. Yeah, another match for Mariah May to win.
Right. And then you got Penelope Ford fighting Jamie Hayter. And so I thought Jamie Hayter was gonna make more of an impact in her comeback. And so, but Penelope feels slighted because people ain't talking about her comeback, or she's been outshined, and she was going for like 2 years, and Jamie Hayter was going for a year. So I mean, I don't know. I guess that's why they fighting in 2 weeks. So yeah, like I've said before, like 2 women's champions in AEW is like, what are the story's on hold for them, or something? It's on pause because, like I said, there's no true contender or real contenders for those championships. But like I said, Statlander might be one. Like I said, she needs that big victory. With Mariah May, it's a waiting game. So
No, yeah, you're right. Because it seems like nothing's going to move with Mariah May until Tony Storm returns, which sucks in a way because it's one thing that they're not. Okay, a good example. I hate to pull WWE, but I kind of have to go this route. Roman Reigns, right? We all kind of knew Roman Reigns was going to win a lot of his matches. But there were a few occasions where you kind of felt like, I don't know, the Drew McIntyre Clash of the Castle. There was a moment I thought, I don't think he can win that because, fool me, make me think the person can win. Right now, everyone Mariah May face, everyone that Mercedes Moné go against, there's not anything built into it that makes me think the other person can win. It's just me having wishful thinking that they will win. Willow Nightingale. Just wish she would win.
Yeah.
I know she isn't.
Yeah. I don't know. We're going to see where they go, see how they build it up. But they also have, who is it? Hangman and Jay White.
Oh, yeah.
Jay White, I felt like he had a stinger on Hangman. I was like, dang. He's like, you never really beat me in this ring. And it eats at you. You know what I'm saying? So I got your number as like, besides one match that somebody interfered in, you can't beat me. And that's how I was feeling at Wrestle Dream. Because I was surprised that Jay White won that match. And so, especially with the momentum that Hangman's been having, it's like, why is he losing? And Jay White saying that I'm just better than him. He can't beat me. That's why he had to take me out, because he know he can't beat me in that ring. And so, yeah, so I'm just to see how the next showdown goes. I don't know when they're gonna have it. I don't know if anything's being made official just yet. But I want to see that next match. And if Hangman don't win this match, he proving Jay White right.
No, that's a good point. I never thought about that. Yeah, apparently Hangman has never really beaten Jay White. I'm curious to see. Well, I'll be honest with you. I'm not too much into this feud because I'll be honest with you, I don't even know what the genesis of this feud derives from, like why Jay White and Hangman are so at odds with each other. But I am intrigued to see how it pans out because a part of me wants Hangman to join the Bang Bang gang. Like, I want them all to be one in a faction. If you want my honest opinion,
It'll make sense.
Exactly, right? Because he's the cowboy, and the whole thing just blends together, right? I really feel like it's a team that has yet to come together. That's what I'm hoping concludes of this feud, that they find some mutualness and become a unit. But we'll see.
I would like that. I ain't think about that, but I would really like that.
Yeah, it would be nice.
It makes so much sense to me. But hey, we'll see where it goes. But something that don't make sense to a lot of people. Jericho has won the Ring of Honor World Championship again.
We are going to talk about that. Fine, we'll talk about that. Fine, let's talk about it.
It's the last thing I'm gonna talk about. I just want to get it in because I was like, wow, really? I don't know. He said next time we go for it, he was gonna get it. So I was like, dang.
But who does this help? Like, what is it? Who's it benefit? Like, what? Dude, I don't even. Let me ask you a question. From your perspective, how do you view Ring of Honor?
It's like not even a development. It's just a lower show. I really don't know. I'm trying to figure out what's the point, because I already barely watched Collision or Rampage, and Ring of Honor is way even less. So it's just
Can you name another wrestler on Ring of Honor that's not Athena?
Sammy Guevara because he got. I'm naming the champions. I know
Damn it.
the champions,
No.
and
Yeah,
so
that's true.
that's what I'm gonna go with. But and
I'm
people who
not even
probably was
looking at
there
it.
already when it was bought,
That is the answer.
and the people who that was there when it was bought, when
Oh,
Tony Khan bought the company. But it's just like I said, I wanted to
um,
say a training ground or a breeding ground, and then like I said, they retooling everything from what like Jacoby said before. But
yeah.
it's another show without any structure, and they built to always on dynamite.
Yeah, I know. That's the thing
Or
about it. So it's like I don't know what to make of Ring of Honor. I don't know if it's developmental because I mean, even with the people who you can mention, they're not developing. They're already somewhat developed. Like Sammy Guevara, his whole issue is just getting over with the crowd. But he's a good wrestler already. There really ain't much else to do. I don't know. So that's why Jericho winning the Ring of Honor title, I don't even know what that means anymore. I don't even know what the Ring of Honor World title means in the grand scheme of things. Right now, that belt has just as much validity as the FTW title. It's just that it has an actual lineage behind it. But same thing with the FTW title. You might have to throw that in the trash can too.
oh man,
Dude, I know they retired the belt, but they should have thrown it in the trash can. I need props. 'Cause I wish I had a trash can. That would have been perfect for that moment.
here you go.
I need props.
Hey, we get all that coming. We get sound effects, props, all that. We got it coming. We got it coming, people. But I don't know. It was a crazy ladder match, and like I said, yeah, Jericho got his help from the learning tree. Bill, Big Bill, and what's his name?
Oh, the bad apple, Brian Keith. That's
Yeah,
it.
Brian Keith. So it's just, like I said, I figure he's gonna get it next time he got it. He went after it, but I think he's gonna lose it real quick, right back, just like he did with the FTW title, like you just mentioned. Yeah, I feel like that's what's gonna happen.
Who is he gonna
So,
lose it
but
back to? Briscoe? You think he's gonna lose it to Briscoe again? Or you gonna lose it? Who's he gonna lose it to Big Bill?
ooh, see, that'll make it interesting
It would.
a little bit.
Yeah, it would. It would. It's just again, it's still the Ring of Honor. I just don't know.
Yeah,
But
I
it
don't know.
will be interesting.
But folks, we thank you for watching, and and I would like for you to tell us what you think it means. How you feel about AEW, or how you feel about Moxley, what all he's doing. What do you feel about who gonna win at Halloween Havoc? What you think is gonna happen on Raw and the Crown Jewel coming up? Tell us in the comments what you think about all of this, and whatever topics you want us to talk about next, because we got a lot coming up. So, and we also want to tell you, hey, go check out that merch, man. Go
Yeah,
ahead, man. Champions
gotta throw the
Corner at
merch in.
myspreadshop.com. Go ahead and hit that link on that YouTube on whatever we got it. We got it on all everything. Go ahead and hit that link. We're gonna find you. It's a lot of designs. You got something for you. We got something for you for everybody. But we thank you for coming in. It's me, Ron G. We got the professor, Mr. BJ. Say goodbye to the people, brother.
Hey, have a good night, everyone. Thank you for stopping in.
All right, we'll see you next time. Peace.
Bye. Good night.